and they're kind of riding the high of all their successes right now, you know? It's very, very hard to try and quantify that. And at the same time, one of the things that was said coming into this series was all the pressure's on Vitality. Like, if forZe lose this, people will kind of go, yeah, okay, well, Vitality's like this team of legends. They probably should be getting the win. You know, for forZe, there's still more chances down the pipeline. For Vitality, they're going to get judged more harshly, you know, if they end up losing this. They're going to be in their head a little bit more maybe after Nuke. True champions have to brush that stuff off, and no one knows it better than a man like Zonic stood behind Vitality right now. Let's see how they fare. It's a CT side start on forZe's map pick.
Yeah, right out long. Couple up cat late. That Xbox smoke did miss, but it's not the end of the world. No one punishes. Apex drops the smoke and gets back to safety. Often is Apex caught in the open in this catwalk position, so that can't afford to happen here and now. Flash on long just dodged by Kenzie on a tight gap, but it's all the way back to the mid to B anyway. Dupree spots it. Good info for Dupree, and he gets out alive. What a... Oh my goodness. ZywOo doubles up somehow, some way from the cross, and there's even Apex up closer to deliver one more. Finally, Chalfie in a 1v5, just looking to stay in the round. He cannot. They hunt him down. That was great. You know, from Dupree getting that quick info on the double back, because, you know, at the same time that they saw the cat take, they also saw a guy at long, so that could have easily looked like an A play. A very quick turnaround for forZe, but read well by Vitality. And great shots from Apex and ZywOo to shut out the round. Some tech issues perhaps as we get things acclimatized, but yeah, I was surprised to see Vitality pick Nuke against forZe. I feel like it's almost weird to say, but given the kick up the arse that was losing your map pick and going into your two very loose maps, I feel like there's still a very good chance that Vitality can come in and reverse sweep this series. If their individuals step up, it's always a caveat, but these guys are more experienced. These guys are head-to-head, pound-to-pound better. There were a lot of out-cooled rounds by Jerry and that T side towards the end. Some of the abuse they gave Apex in that main and door position was really, really nice. It's going to be a lot harder to find these gaps on maps like Dust, especially where, you know, it's just the city sides are so rigid, so solid, and stars can always shine on these aim dually maps.
Yeah, and, you know, even though there is this idea of, like, you know, Dust2 being like a real home CIS map, it's one that even when you kind of look at forZe historically, they've not been without their woes here on Dust2 in times gone by. Not been uncommon to see matches that maybe they should win go against them. So I'm inclined to agree. I don't think they're entirely out of the woods. And there's also this idea of, like, before you came into that first map and you say, all right, let's give it our all. Let's give this everything we got. Well, now the kind of stakes are raised. Now it's like, okay, if we win this next one, we're actually going through the major 3-0. Like, now it's kind of starting to dawn on you. And that can pump you up, but it can break you as well. So let's see what happens. Crossing mid for Vitality. Expel the smoke to make that happen. No danger of getting tagged crossing by this scout on Zorti.
Quick door smoke.
Of course, it's Jerry throwing that one.
Is Kenzie throwing another door smoke? Jerry said, mate, I already did it. Door smoke, don't you worry. Well, there's a late one. It's going to land a few seconds after that one disappears. Timing's actually pretty perfect, but again, this is a ruse, a rumbling. A lean towards B for Vitality. Oh, that's such a big spot for ZywOo. He was about to rotate B off of the util, but he sees that scout up catwalk. He goes back to CT. Apex again in the open as we can expect, but there's the benefit to being in this position. They walk right through with no flashbang, and Apex bangs them both. Flash in the pan for forZe, and only 2 Ts left up, even being flanked from middle. But Dupree holds off and waits for forZe to commit.
Ooh. You always get a little nervous when it's a Zorti scout like that, but all well and good. ZywOo
looking good
at them. It's a clean start out of this guy. Gonna need to have a lot out of him, really.
Yeah, he was really good on CT side. He just started very, very slow. Didn't have the orbs on T half, got to remember, but you know the recovery was nice. However, wasn't always in the right position to win rounds and was often going 1-for-1, which, as we know, is not standard ZywOo rounds. Full eco here, and yeah, time to farm. Get up top mid, get in the face. We already saw how impressive Vitality were just in that 5-on-1. Everyone swinging together. So they want to keep those contained again. Oh, that's a beautiful peek. Shouldn't get away with too much more.
Poor Shelfie. He got spammed through the long corner, just trying to take a little jiggle. And Dupree is all the way up in top mid. They're trying to win this Deeg fight over at long, but a double-layered, kind of staggered peak. Not going to happen. And even though Jerry is all the way through B, he's got a P250 and a 1v4 with the bomb down long. If anything, he is kind of begging to die at this point. Going to try and do some damage on the way out, though. And as he jiggles this, they see him now. That's a kick. What? P250 does get one that before all is said and done. However, ZywOo was there to trade. So it's all well and good. Vitality 3-0. And now we have this investment coming through for forZe.
Yeah, that's going to make you feel good going into your gun round, just exiting with that little tap. But yeah, rifles on an AWP for ZywOo. Sooner the better on the CT side of Dust. And ZywOo full of fiber. He's just going to float around on this CT side, run all over the place. Starting long, going back to the CT spot, or back to the catwalk rather. No one to boost him yet, but Apex is on the way, and that boost gets knocked off by the flashbang, fortunately enough for forZe. ZywOo goes from long to cat to CT spawn. He's everywhere and nowhere all at once. But forZe are still hanging around in lower with 4 players. They're trying to cause enough commotion that someone pushes on the long side and fees Norway a kill, but Masuta ain't making no mistakes. And ZywOo, he's here to break faces. Flash up catwalk, but he just wants that cross because the bomb right now is trapped lower. If this was to end catwalk, Shelfie has to join him. Fantastic grenade. Bomb gets thrown, but not too well. It falls on the ground. And ZywOo saw that throw as well. Oh, ZywOo's rotated, and now the bomb goes back to lower. God, they're really playing with this info on Vitality. And they've pulled the wall right over their eyes.
Oh, hang on.
Oh.
Hang on.
Can't even tell where this one's going. It will be A. So ZywOo now has been given ample time to get back in the bomb site.
Yeah, forZe, they're running the risk of kind of outbraining themselves here, right? As they go back and forth. Now go walking into the stack. It's a lot of damage out of Apex, but no kill found.
What?
Oh, Jerry's very, very deep and good for a one and done. But ZywOo holds on, dropping the bomb out on short. And with it, the round. Kenzie had dropped down to CT earlier on, and he needed that kill if he wanted to have any chance of winning it. It's all taken away by this ZywOo AWP. 9-0 right now. Looking to repeat his debut here at the major.
Yeah, I don't think forZe just realized how much info they were giving with that bomb toss, right? ZywOo just, it seemed like they were faking it out so they could drop lower. There were 2 down lower at one point, but they go back up catwalk, try and split with Norway on that long timing, and Vitality just were given so much time for ZywOo to go all around the world and then back up on A, and he hits the couple of kills that just win the round. This last kill didn't even need it, but it looks good as well.
Yeah, it's one of these things where I think forZe come into this riding the high of Nuke, feeling like they were in the heads of Vitality through and through. And so they're still trying to go for these like kind of convoluted and like, you know, very manipulative of like the rotations for the opponent. But it doesn't feel like it's meshing right now because it feels like Vitality have come into this with a second wind. They're not defeated. They're not deflated. You know, with a team of this caliber, with the players, with the coach, with the staff that you have kind of joining it all together, that was never going to be the case. And I like that they called a pause. I think that was needed, honestly, to kind of just regain a bit of composure out towards long. Masuta's doubled up. The attempt to take it has gone sour very, very quickly. But yeah, forZe, they will need to course correct soon, or else they're running the risk of Vitality, them being the ones feeling like they've got the reads. They're in the head of Jerry. They're in the head of forZe. You're getting frustrated because everything was working last map. It was all falling into place. And now you can't seem to set a foot right. That's a nice kill, though.
Yeah, but he's got one man on, but you can see Apex is running. I mean, he can go through this smoke. It's Apex. He's going to yeet and try and chase down Jerry, who will dive out the doors. Molly in front of the smoke. Apex has an angle, but he gets tagged by the scout. Dishes out damage back. Just going to anchor the B site, playing 2-2. Leaves really nothing open for forZe in this round. ZywOo has the AWP on the car. And really, that's also the big ticket item. Like, winning a pistol, winning your first rifle, immediately getting an AWP, going flawless, and you're on one of the best halves to AWP in the map. So it's going to do a world of good to the number 2 player in the world. ZywOo waiting. They can run boost, but he hits these. We know he hits these. Why wouldn't he?
Oh, that was even close on the pre-fire. Okay, Scout's going to tag him down. He wants to get out of the limelight now. Actually, I say that. He's running right in. He wants to take the fights on. It's clean. 11-0.
What is this? Inferno against Cole?
And Vitality, one hell of a resurgence here. You cannot underestimate this team. You thought they were down. You thought you had them after stealing Nuke away. ZywOo's woken up.
Yeah. I mean, he woke up in the second half of Nuke, no doubt.
He comes into this like after already going through the low point.
The difference is they could avoid him on Nuke, right? And they really were. They were doing a great job of putting him in retakes with AWPs or you know, trading him in secret. But you can't avoid an AWP on Dust. It cannot be done. ZywOo will find you. He will break down the door. Apex, 1-for-1 in middle. Jerry's going to get that trade. Throws in the mid to B, but ZywOo beckons them, welcomes them into his site.
Yeah, right place, right time again.
How late's the lurk, though?
Masuuta's got all this info. He's like, yeah, it's definitely B. And so ZywOo's now moved in to join up with dupreeh. They both get a kill apiece. Forced out by the molly into this scout and caught by Jerry in the doors. He's opened up the B site. dupreeh's going to slip out through the doors smoke. Masuuta's wrap all the way through. Spawn is now arriving. This is getting very claustrophobic. That molly's not going to help matters.
Oh, no.
The spam from Masuuta's given up the flank, so now they know about him. Uh-oh. This has gotten wild very, very quickly. A 2v4 turn 2v2. Zorti and Jerry still fighting tooth and nail for B site control. Crossing in the doors is a death sentence for Magisk. And now it's only dupreeh left standing. 1v2. All his teammates falling around him. He's going to try and swing, but it never comes down to that. The wall bang from Zorti to close. And that is a lovely round out of him and Jerry.
It's all happened again, Harry. It's a T-side and Nuke all over. It's more 2v4s. It's more shutdown rounds. It shouldn't be allowed. Fours. I mean, Magisk kills Masuuta there. He full blinds him. Masuuta has such a good timing. Oh my god, the gun stuck through. The barrel stuck through. It was too good to be true, wasn't it? Dear, oh dear. Dear, oh dear. Masuuta had such a good tunnels flank timing, but Magisk flashed either for him or dupreeh in the window, and Masuuta got fully blinded on that flank. He was there to win the round, and now he might go down first, so low. kenZe has to smoke his retreat. They're coming up catwalk. They spam him out. Apex has had a lot more impact in this CT side already, and ZywOo can see through the box. 2 for him. 2 on 5. And Zorti blinded in middle. Don't get too close, dupreeh. Your barrel might go through. Magisk will smoke him off. And Zorti might be thinking about the save. There's a lot of time on this clock.
Could try and set up, with a long flash, right? To allow this peek for Novi. If you're able to deal with one of these long players, you can look to get the AWP set up at least down in the pit, have a bit of an impact as to how this A site's getting played. We'll clear it dry. And Masuuta's on the receiving end of that one there. Deeper flash. Novi even dropping a smoke to give the illusion that someone's made it into the pit. That's going to make these A site players play a lot more scared, right? They can't go swinging that long angle anymore. They've got to play boxed in. Zorti and Novi grouping up on the catwalk now, but that smoke timing is devastating. That's really sealed the deal on the round at this point. Shouldn't be any winning it. They're looking to save, but that's not guaranteed. Magisk down in the lower tunnels will make it so. Doubling up to close. Vitality. They get right back on it with a 6th. Shutting down the long play, despite it looking good for forZe early on. And then the cap push is just melted by ZywOo. It's one of these things where I think, you know, like Jerry sometimes suffers with this idea that simple solutions maybe aren't the answer. Sometimes you kind of see like the rounds get very convoluted, or he doesn't want to do the same thing twice, right? He likes to keep it fresh every round, but I don't think these cat plays with ZywOo looking so good are feeling viable right now to forZe. And now they're getting mowed down on long again.
Wow.
Yeah, the A site's just been off limits entirely. The one success you've had is in a B round, in a round that shouldn't have even gotten won.
Jerry just brute forces his way into that fight. But yeah, there's the difference is as well, there's just no gap. There's no hole, there's no problem for Vitality. Apex doubles up on long. He's having a great game right now. He's even chock full of confidence, almost too much, but he bails out of middle in time before the rifles can take him. But yeah, a lot of openers for Apex, a lot of cat and long kills for him. 4 and 2 in opening duels already. And Vitality keep pushing, whether it's Masuta coming in on long doors or taking tunnels back with Magisk. Him and Dupree have cleaned up B, and forZe, if they wait on this D4 any longer, they are walking to their death. See, wouldn't want to be a Jerry 1v4. 10 health, no chance. 7-1 for Vitality. Things are going swimmingly right now for this roster. A reality check for forZe.
I was so blind, I don't know. They're just
Talking about that double opener. I was so blind. I don't know.
Yeah, you know, this is where, if you look at like other CIS squads, I think Spirit are a good example. I know what Chopper would be calling right about now on this T side. I think he would feel like the time is nigh for just an all-in B play, an all-in B rush. Don't get me wrong. You know, oftentimes the reads have been there for Vitality. They've kind of had extra players leaning towards B. But if you think about what the actual B players for this Vitality squad have got to experience, it was a lost 4v2, and other than that, nothing. They are playing this rotate role, and oftentimes the round is over before they even get to play into it. So they're kind of, you know, they're not as warm as your ZywOos, your Apexes over towards that A bomb site, who have just been on a bit of a tear.
Yeah. Okay. Still, Vitality every round are starting to be, and often have ZywOo either rotating mid or Apex helping out, spamming middle as he is now. So they're ready for the eventual B rush. They're no longer scared of long takes because they've multi-killed forZe every time they've gone for long spawns. So yeah, it's very difficult for forZe to look at something and go, ah yeah, this is our way in. Corridor smokes in mid. Left and right. Can get them a good tunnel to try and take a fight in mid, but Vitality have been keen to flash through these smokes from CT side. Obviously, as said, they're leading B. They won't need to. Shalfie goes up and over. He will die. No, taking that all back. Headshot images. There's the split. One more man. They're not going to expect it. They're not going to read it. They might completely leave it us discounted. Apex drops the bomb. And 2. They've got to go back for him, but he might be on for the round. 3 frags out of Apex. The in-game leader leads Vitality 2 and 8.
Beautiful scenes. Now just Novi left to get past, even though he's dealt with Masuta. ZywOo and Apex are back-to-back, and Apex wants the ace. He wants them all.
Oh.
Instead, overextending in middle, and the nade does nothing.
Uh-oh.
Oh, dear.
Uh-oh.
He wanted all the glory. He wanted everything. But now he's left the round open and in with a chance. ZywOo is low, but at 14-1, you're willing to hedge your bets.
TikTok.
Novi's waiting, hoping that a noise cue is made. No such graces. ZywOo back at the B site. Time is a problem. Every second passing. Novi's running out of chances here. Will he check for it? ZywOo winning this one by playing passive. Out with the swing. He's covered up by the barrel, but there's the reveal. And ZywOo's going to close the 1v1.
Phew, Apex. I would mold. Any reasonable man would mold if you kill 4 and lose the round. That almost went very, very wrong, but ZywOo tunneled in, boxed to the back of the site, and not to be expected by Norvi. Didn't have the time to play around. That's a beautiful sequence for Apex. Playing the triple B and forZe. They double entry on the mid split, and they never clear the bomb site. They don't check car. Wow. I mean, that was forZe on the money to build into this game. The 2v plays, the reads, what he was holding above the smoke, but ZywOo, too quick, too clean. Whether it's openers or closers, he's got it.
We've spoken a lot about the kind of apparent youth and relative inexperience of some of these forZe guys. This is where, for someone like kenzie, who's 1-9, you know, not the kind of numbers you ever want to see out of this guy. It's going to be a real test of his character as to whether or not he can build back into this.
They missed that molly, so ZywOo is still on catwalk.
Luckily enough, they don't look destined to take it. They're like throwing this fake util as though they're going for a cat play, but none of it's been sold. They didn't take long, so right now Masuta knows it's not long, and the molly missed.
God,
they
Jerry.
are missing everything.
Jerry.
The pressure is really getting to the man, and this
Oh
ruse has not worked out at every single turn. Whiffs with util has cost them dearly.
You just said a couple of rounds ago, like, it feels like they're trying to overcomplicate it. And, you know, I can kind of agree, but they're really going for it in that round. Like, the util was sick. From lower, they throw a long corner smoke, and then they flash Masuta in pit. Then, before that, obviously, Jerry misses the molly up cat, which, if anything, does them favors, because if he hits that molly, ZywOo drops spawn, and he could kill them CT, because Jerry also jumped through the CT smoke that he didn't need to jump through. Like you said, they're flustered, and, well, yeah, forZe a little bit bungled right now. These are very basic mistakes that you just can't make. But with every round you lose, they only get more likely, more apparent.
Yeah, I mean, you know, what comes with the championship mentality that a lot of the, well, pretty much all the players on Vitality have is this idea of, yeah, man, things might be bad at one point, but you can always turn it around. You can always build back in. For forZe, they're looking at this through an entirely different lens, which is, let's not be one map away from 3-0ing it. Let's not be so close to doing it. Like, we have to do this. We have to seize this opportunity. And so it's in amidst that kind of rush of emotions and adrenaline that's coursing through them right now that all these little mistakes are creeping up. They don't necessarily have that experience to draw upon to feel comfortable in pulling this back. Over in mid, Dupree. It's a 1-for-1. They don't check for Apex again. This guy, man, everywhere you go, he's waiting in the shadows, waiting in the wings, and clipping them for forZe. It's only Shalfie left standing. 1v3, another clutch needed. And another one where he's just so far removed from the bulk of the round. What can you expect him to do?
By the time he even gets to T-spawn, they are already here. Apex hunting yet again, but this hunt is lovely. Look at his position. Apex is tucked in the corner. He's not even chasing. He's just denying any avenue through middle. This is done. This is a save. Even if Shalfie goes for it, he dies. So Vitality find double digits, and this is dominant, man. Like, this is just, forZe have had nothing. They've had 2 chances. One of them they did close. Even then, that wasn't, I wouldn't even call that as a chance. That was a 2-on-4. And then the 4-on-1 they have on B, they don't clear Apex. So, just little issues that are spiraling out of control. And now that they're, you know, Apex is getting sold for again, Dupree going 1-for-1 in middle, completely sets Apex up for the round. And he delivers, man. He does it time and time again.
Dude, having Apex in your team when he's having like a great game must just be the best feeling ever. He's always got a little like one-liner once the round's over. He's always laughing. That one there, he says, I almost died in my molly that round. Like,
long spawns.
All right, they're going to try and take it. And finally, right, it's not this horrible mow-down situation. It's ZywOo's AWP over at long. He manages to make it at the car, but there is a molly. There's 2 of them, in fact, to try and deal with this. He will have support, right? Critically, Masuta doesn't have a smoke to lob in. So once ZywOo's used his, thankfully he doesn't have to yet. Oh, that's kind of saved him here. Because if he gets remollied and he'd already used a smoke, he would have to peek. He'd have to just either peek or burn out. Instead, he still has a degree of freedom.
They don't even have a molly ready for him. kenzie's up cat with his. Try peeking.
One and done. Masuta on the short side wings his fight. And Dupree's wrapped lower. It's unraveling here for forZe, isn't it? Vitality. Just one man left to beat, and they swing him. They run at him. Apex having a hell of a game. 19-4, top of the server. And right behind is ZywOo.
This is more what you would expect from this matchup, right? Like, maybe not this dominant. Like, forZe here for a reason, but what a beating, and Vitality having so much fun. They also just don't respect forZe because they know at this score, they're in their head. Every time forZe do something out of spawn, Vitality just do the opposite. Like, they hear the long flashes, they know they've lost long, Dupree insta-pushes B upper, and so by the time the Cat players are even there, he's shooting them in the back. Like, Misuta's pushed long twice in this game. Both times it's been empty, even though Shalfie's been defaulting outside of it in 5-on-5. So, yeah, Vitality have found all the gaps. They've played all the bait and switches. ZywOo's missed nothing in this CT side. There is simply not a way in for forZe right now. The only thing they keep getting close to closing are these mid to Bs. So, I guess that's what you go back to at this point. But man, got to get your util down at least. I like it.
They're going to try and be a little bit faster on this one. Apex often has been that wall in middle. This time, deleted right away. That is
nice.
A big opener. And running the smoke through the tunnels is nice for Shalfie. That's a little less respect for a change. And Vitality, we're not ready for it. There's no winning this round in the 2v5. It's so far gone. You've just got to save from the get-go. And so forZe will come in with a second once again, breaking a streak, but can't afford to be a one and done. 4 rounds. Even that's ugly, and that's best case scenario here.
Hey, Spirit, they pulled it to overtime with a 4-round T side against G2. But yeah, I completely agree. And even then, not much saying that forZe will get 4. They found the way in. It's what they've been trying to abuse all half in doing mid to Bs, but Vitality are now ready for it. And really, that's just, Apex is having a great game, and it's the first time they've run at him, and he's not got a single kill. So, you know, it could be a very different round if he doesn't get just dry peeked out middle again. But they're trying to get hyped up. They're trying to get their heads back in it. They know what they're fighting for. The 3-0, the flawless run to the legend stage for the plucky CIS underdogs versus the legendary Frenchmen and Danes. Nades dropped in spawn, you'll see as well, for later if needed. Vitality have enough money to do whatever the hell they want, including run through the smokes, Misuta. Give it a go, you got nothing to lose, and no one even looking.
Yeah, man trapped over behind blue. That Molly's going to keep him cornered. Jerry tries to cross out, but now he's in the firing line. Misuta with 3.
What? How does he even get 3 there? Jerry's trapped now, they're going to flash peek him. Nowhere to go. Dodges it, but dead to bullets instead. And Shalfie, enjoy catwalk. We have the bomb.
I mean, eventually the penny should drop as well. This is a possibility. Yeah, ZywOo now on this, or sorry, Magisk rather, now on this angle.
ZywOo not on any angle.
Now, he's been holding mid, but kind of on timing, so there is a gap, and Shalfie's found it. Going to deal with ZywOo. Magisk was hoping it was going to be a long swing. And it was not. Shalfie finds this one gap, but you can't win the round on the back of picking off the players on the extremities. You need to go get that bomb, and right now, it's just surrounded by Vitality. You need to be very methodical in clearing these corners, and that's something that forZe have been lacking. 35 seconds, and I think Shalfie's just looking to save here, looking to make a retreat out of the round, so Vitality are up onto 12.
Save is actually completely pointless, by the way. Literally makes no difference whatsoever, at all. They can buy up full next round. So, kind of would have liked to see him just go for kills, but, you know, that's his stats play. And there's plenty of money for Vitality, so it's fine. It's not the end of the world. He can still drop over a gun, enable full utility perhaps. Maybe we get the AWP in, but yeah, this was pretty unwinnable anyway. He was hunting for Dupree, who pushed so far through B, he was in top middle. And Shalfie, yeah, it takes a fight. Nothing wrong with that. But as said, full money, last round of the half, last chance, and Vitality, you'd think that this is as good as theirs. Misuta, how does he kill 3? What a spray in the Molotov. Very dependable. Vitality, a 13-2 would be a bonking if they can get it.
They're set towards B early on. This has normally been the recipe to success. Flash is nice. Going to get ZywOo off the angle. If he tries to go back, he's not going to like what he sees. Just exchanges a nade over in mid and then hops on out of there. Now posting himself over on the long side, trying to get Masuta down in the pit. This is hopefully going to free up Apex a little bit more, who's currently down in CT, to lend a helping hand in middle. He might need it. Apex dead right away, hopping around the corner. Last time he fell without getting a kill, that led to forZe winning a round. This time the explosion, the quick ramp up of pace isn't there for forZe. They drop into a very slow round now in the 5-on-4. Trying to make this one happen. They need a third if they want to have any hope of pulling this one back.
Who's on the site, I ask? Who is waiting? It's ZywOo.
I mean, the bomb's still tunnel. Like, I don't even think this is the A play. Yeah, they're going to drop Jerry into CT, and he gets down with no one having seen it.
That's big, but they still have to cross, and they finally get the smoke down. One available, and it's at the perfect time. Still too strong at B. Magis, that's lovely. Gets the info at the peak. Is there any assistance here? Dupree has that cross, but just takes the kill. Dupree next contact. He follows up. Almost 2, getting his revenge. Zorti is on 10 health, and this half is done. Like it or not, it's 13-2 for Vitality. Fantastic round to close it out, despite forZe having all the advantage and all the position. Vitality are here to play and here to long out this best-of-3 series to Mirage. They are simply moments away from that third map in the series. And forZe have gone quiet on their map pick at the worst possible time. It's not just about losing this map, it's about losing it dominantly. You feel like you were never in. You feel like all that warmed-up play that you had on Nuke is gone. And it's Vitality carrying momentum to Mirage. Just a couple of rounds out.
Yeah, we questioned, if losing their map pick, even though it's a competitive bout, would that light the fire beneath them? And it certainly looks like it has here on Dust2. A win in the pistol pretty much seals the deal that this is a 3-map series. I mean, even without it, it's still probably a 3-map series. ZywOo taking a peek in middle, just making noise. Making forZe paranoid. There are only 2 inside of this A site. And luckily enough, they do win the cat engagement. Kenzie taps out another. It's clean in this pistol. Looking to keep 5 alive when all is said and done.
Sheesh.
And so forZe at least get that under their belt, but it's still a long way to go before we even hype up this comeback out of forZe.
Oh, but you never know. You never know. That's the beauty of Counter-Strike, Harry. Every game is winnable. Just take it round by round. Mental can be shattered. Vitality want those guns ASAP, so they just go for a quick eco. We'll have a buy in the third. Shalfie and lower. Here to take names. But it's Vitality taking their sweet time. Let forZe sit and sweat in the scoreline.
Yeah, Vitality, they're just kind of treating this like a bit of a timeout. They're not expecting to win this one.
Could be a good warm-up for Kenzie.
That's a good point. Like, if he gets a little mow down here, starts to feel a bit more faith, eco frags can do a lot to a man. And have a chance here. Tag lined up and on for the ace. He's going to get all 5 of them as they emerge around the corner at long. Okay, out of all the ways to build a bit of confidence, there's nothing quite like an eco ace. Vitality don't have to be concerned yet. They're probably not even worried at all. No one's probably even thinking about the idea of a comeback. You never know what's happening until it's too late.
Yeah, exactly. That's the worst part. Come on, guys, just one more round. Just win a rifle. But this is where I expect Vitality to just come swinging. forZe have read it. They've gone for the triple lock. It's a good start. Smoke will stop any Molotov madness, and so, well, Vitality won't even take it. They'll peel back. But it's still without punishment, so they concede the position. But they have a whole round to play. Solo B on Shalfie, and no matter who it is and how good they are, that's always a liability on this map. As soon as Vitality figure that out, they will abuse it. Late cat smoke. As Vitality are re-mollied out of long. Apex sending debris back to the B-bomb site.
Yeah, lobbing in the Xbox smoke as well. Going to go up and over.
Just jump up from lower.
Trying to give him a helping hand in getting up onto the catwalk. That re-smoke at long, little problematic, right? Gonna have to wait till around about the 30-second mark as that starts to clear. Just over.
forZe's utility has been really good this round, but you know, Vitality's bleeding it out, and there's not much left. They've got HEs to try and dunk Vitality on this A site, and forZe even taking cat. It's a good time to do it. Fantastic HEs, and Kenzie's position's pretty prominent.
Yeah, Vitality might be getting out long.
Oh, boy.
But it's this cat fight that could decide a hell of a lot in this round. 3 of them moving through this long smoke. ZywOo.
Oh.
He's going to open up with one into the site players. Is that going to be enough, though? Kenzie holding the line, refusing to let up. ZywOo's got no time to plant. Jerry, the man to close it. And I mean, now, you know, forZe winning the first rifle, starting to build a bit more confidence up, right? Kenzie came into this second half with, I think it was like 2 kills to his name, now rising to prominence alongside the rest of the gang.
I'm not going to get worried off of one gun round that Vitality give a lot of respect to forZe in, but that was really well played for forZe. Like, they knew exactly what was going on the entire way. They stalled with every bit of util they could. The long doors re-smokes, the molly when the the Xbox smoke came down, the double nade on cat, the position taken on cat to stop that split. Everything was really clean for forZe. It's their map pick, right? We expect them to be good. It's just, you know, the odds are against them, the score is against them, and a couple of well-placed rounds, a good call from Apex, a contact play that forZe aren't ready to trade, and it can all come tumbling down very quickly. But that was a good round.
Yeah, it's weird, though, because, like, the one thing that is kind of a little... just in the back of my mind, right? I'm not saying it's going to happen. The thing that's in the back of my mind
We're all
is
thinking it.
that first half, a lot of it, the reason why I didn't feel like you were watching just a normal game of CS is because in a way you weren't. It wasn't like the same level of respect, the same level of, you know, both teams being allowed to kind of run their ideas. It was just full disrespect from Vitality, and that comes with a great deal of confidence. But there's no way to, like, artificially build that up. You know, that just kind of comes with the territory of you getting off to a hot start. Now they're actually getting pressured a bit. They have to kind of move away from that very confident mindset of, we can fight this, we can fight that, like, we're just better than them. That's kind of, you know, in these last few rounds, that's not really been the case. And so it's just, you know, can they move back to the more cut and dry, more standard ebbs and flows of a CS game? Out onto the short side, Masuta seems to think so. The Eagle to open. Kenzie will trade one. He needs to do a lot more than that, and he will hold the line with yet another mow down. In these A-side defenses, Kenzie's been the man, and with Zorti there to help him. It's another round on the board for forZe.
Yeah, only pistols, but a couple of nice shots there out of the Deegs of Vitality. Still a lock-in round. I was a bit scared there. Kenzie peeked very late off his flashbang, but was still able to tuck in Goose, and they couldn't clean him out. Honks on their parade. But it's 13-6, and with every eco comes the following gun round. So Vitality leaning B. Beautiful start, right? We know Shalfie has been alone here in this bomb site. Now it's Norvi. If Vitality smoke a molly and go for it, man, why not? Shalfie, that's beautiful, though. Norvi spams and they smoke the molly. They wanted to go, but he denies that first man in. And so back to the drawing board, back to a 3-on-5, and back to the T-spawn for Vitality.
Yeah, and you know, they tried something new here. They tried to just go for like a set strat out of spawn. Apex lobbed in this kind of like cool smoke that would extinguish a molly in the long doors, coupled it with a flash, and he did all that from T-spawn so that he could try, you know, keep it mobile and panic, you know, the long players. But forZe didn't fall for it. And so you've tried, you know, you kind of spawn exec, your attempt to do something there after the defaulting didn't really work earlier. This one's not looking so hot either. Vitality with 3 are creeping up Cat, and they have found this gap. Right as zorti has left this entirely, they've moved in. And they're going to get deep within the A site before it even dawns on forZe that this could happen. A one and done there is really about as good as you could have hoped for zorti, considering he didn't have that info wide on the angle as he went swinging out into that one.
It's Molly.
It's a 4v2 to decide if forZe keep the rounds racking up. Do Vitality pull one out of the hat? Flashes at long. ZywOo wants to peek with this. Taking a swing into CT, but as he does so, kenzie emerges. And Magic's dead as well. kenzie, since getting that ace, looks like a new man. Was nowhere to be found in that first half, and now he's risen to top of the board for forZe in what feels like the blink of an eye.
Yeah, I think that ace got him from 5 to 10 kills, and now he's at 17. Unbelievable. Incredible recovery in just a few rounds. forZe now on fire with 5 in a row. Yet to break the seal, have Vitality on this T half. And with every buy comes an eco. What goes around comes around. Can't buy up again. Even with the bomb plant, not enough. They just want to get a half E with some util. They get to test forZe again. A B rush denied in that round. Even Vitality getting a plant there is maybe more than they should be allowed, considering zorti just got very unfortunate with his timings. We have a double orb, and Xiaofi is continuing to be aggressive. Last time he pushed up middle, and this time he's deep in tunnels, but oh, can't go too far. I'll be able to trade it. So, nice shot, but can he escape? Yep, just about around the corner. Molly dropped, and Xiaofi lives. Vitality can't do much about it, and with 2 players at B, they now know, who can constantly cycle utility and keep this rush out of Vitality. It's going to send them back up Cat. Mid-smoke will help them. They still have to jump over it, though. And look who's here. El Verde Grande. Xiaofi won't see them get up. And so, this is nice for Vitality. They have a chance, but there's still zorti on the site.
kenzie doesn't have any like supportive utility, but just him being here and able to offer a helping hand is big. And Molly's divided the push. ZywOo gets ahead of it. Only one. He's traded afterwards. Jerry now playing inside of the site. Gonna duck on out of there. They are getting closer though. These pistols are moving in for the kill. Jerry with the mow down, and there's the support from kenzie we talked about earlier. Catches them crossing, and now forZe are getting animated. They're talking again. They're getting loud. They're believing in this comeback from a 13-2 half. They're making us believe.
It's kind of crazy that we're even here. Yeah, Vitality calling out their first tack timeout.
This is where, right, remember earlier we were saying, into the first try for one, we said, no one's thinking yet that this could go wrong. No one's thinking yet that forZe are going to come back. That pause signifies that the mood has changed. And now they're going, okay, guys, let's just win this. We cannot let this one get away from us.
Well, you said earlier you can't artificially build confidence. Well, that's not screaming confidence. It's screaming a bit of nerves. And rightly so, right? Pause, definitely not a bad decision. Get Zonic in, coach of many years gone by. But even so, forZe looking really solid on the CT side. The double AWP is devastating. zorti gets 1 deke there, and that was the way in for Vitality, exploding off of that kill. But great util again has been the name of the game for forZe. That molly segregated the rest of Vitality from ZywOo out wide on Cat. ZywOo's gone wide out mid, but it's Xiaofi who might give up this 5-on-4. How does he hit that? And Magisk was not with him. He was holding up a tunnel in case it was a double push. It is a double push. 2 AWPs in mid. Both find a pick. And then suddenly they disappear.
It's just brutal right out of the gate, isn't it? And now, like, over towards long, you're hoping, oh, Masuta.
Nice.
All right, well, best sortie. Hard fight to him to
Jerry.
have won, but are you ready for this? Oh, Masuta is! All right, little double on the long side. There's a third man, a third contestant, and Kenzie will win the grand prize, gets that trade onto Masuta. Still, there's another man, long bound. Apex, with that flash, has given up the aim of the game. They know he's out on the long side. Kenzie plays inside of the site. This guy so quiet in the first half. Now trying to save the day once again over in A. Shalfie's rotating middle. They've heard the footsteps. They know what's happening. While Apex is pushing the go button, Magisk is going back.
Nice.
They clear out Shalfie, clear out the AWP. Apex now responsible for this entry into the A bomb site. Instead, playing around this smoke. Going to start to lean away, give Magisk a bit of room. If he wins this, Vitality can turn it all around. If he falls, it gets so tough, it gets so rough, and Magisk just looks away. Now it is only Apex, 20 seconds. Time is not his ally here. The one thing he's got going for him is this 1v1 is available, and he's going to get it. Now just Norvi left to beat, a long wrap, and there's Apex with the clutch. A double up from the captain of Vitality.
It was about time, wasn't it? He was the guy absolutely shredding forZe in the first half, and he finally went quiet in this T side. He was getting picked first. He wasn't offering up much, but that was a lovely slowdown in the 2-on-3 for Vitality. They make it work. Beautiful shooting from Azuta. That's how it even started. Like, this kill should never have come through onto Jerry, and Apex, he does him right. He does him just. 14 rounds for Vitality after 6 in a row from forZe, but Shalfie has a response. Long spawn on his own as well, and he gets that pick to Magisk. forZe, it's a bump in the road, but they keep driving.
Nades are nice. They're kind of giving this illusion that there's no one in tunnels, and once you spot that up, you definitely won't be ready for a second man here. Jerry's going to start to take a bit of space on his own, and it is getting pincered from the top of tunnels. ZywOo looking the wrong way, is shot in the back, and now they've cleared the tunnels. They know there's only one place that Vitality can be right now, and that's out here towards long. Shalfie, not wanting to waste any time with this, is taking fights right away, using this AWP at range. It's going to do its best work here. In with one, but he's not content with that. They flash him in for another, putting on a show with this AW. He's going to close out the round. Phenomenal scenes as he picks up 4.
Who's the main AWP again? Someone remind me. Dude, since his first AWP, do you remember his first CT AWP? He did an Xbox smoke in middle, and he ran through it and picked Apex in top middle. So, yeah, he's full of confidence with this AWP. He's been lower, he's been upper, he's been on the A side, he's long picking. Shalfie's all over the place. One of the young'uns, one of the, first major players for forZe. Case for many of them. But, yeah. Smoke goes very deep on long, not what Vitality had in mind. forZe can fight through it. The AWP can even help. But no one was going long anyway. It's a B upper hold with 4. Shalfie ready to uncrouch on contact. Doesn't want to get deeged. Norvi tucked in at car. Bottom performer for forZe. We've seen recoveries from Kenzie, but Norvi, this is his round now. If Shalfie goes down, Norvi has to perform. You can't give Vitality guns and a sight.
Yeah, Shalfie can pick them off one at a time, but Norvi's the man needed for the spray. Oh, Shalfie with the double. Norvi's dead. Shalfie's the man to do it all. This AWP at the back of the site. In with 3. Needs to do even more than that, though, because his teammates have fallen all around him. Zorti moves in. It's a double AWP. Double AWP moving into this B site. Magisk threading the needle in between them. Up in the face of Shalfie, and he's now gone. Zorti left up in this. Doesn't know where Masuta is, where he's gotten to, and amidst all this downtime. Bomb still at B. Zorti moving in, not ready for Magisk. He's not considering it at all, looking the wrong way. Magisk has slipped him. Slipped one past the keeper and running in. Zorti's going to turn on a dime.
No idea.
A 1v1, but he's got no clue where Masuta could be. Going to check out the window, and he sees him, but Masuta wins it. Vitality, they pull up onto a 15th. They do it with that B rush, with the quick B play on pistols. In spite of Shalfie's best efforts, 3 from the back of the site, it's not enough.
I don't know what Zorti thought, where he thought Magisk went there, right? Like, he saw the bomb in the middle of the open. He knew Magisk was on the bomb site. There's only so far he could be. Very nice try, but we've had the Frenchman come in with a couple of clutches now in Masuta and Apex, and it has absolutely saved the bacon of Vitality. Great work from Magis to even get them in that position. The entries out of the B tunnels were a necessity to set them up for the clutch. And my God, this has been a very stressful game for Vitality, but with a couple of rounds dotted in here and there on the T side, that's all they needed. It was meant to be a far quicker affair. Now forZe face a third map in the series if they don't get 6 in a row to start the clock over. Screaming Vitality more than ever, but this double AWP has continued to take space all over the map. Xbox Smoke misses, careful, but that's a B pick. Norvi again let down, he got nothing last round, and finally a missed shot. Sometimes that's all it takes. Mirage is loaded in the barrel. Vitality just have to pull the trigger.
Yeah, this is one of these rounds where if it wasn't up against map point, you'd be saving. So they're going to try and give it a go anyway, but they're very far removed. They're carrying flanks that don't exist, and it's wasting a lot of time off the clock here. By the time Kenzie's even in position, this bomb is going to be half-ticked. At that point, you're doing this up-tempo. You're doing this as fast as you can, and a tag through the doors on Dazorti does not help by any margin. Magis playing for the round win. If all else somehow goes awry, he's going to be there to be the man stealing it away. It's never needed, not with Zaiwu lining them up in the tunnels, and everyone else is locked out. They might try run him down, but Jerry's left running for the hills as Vitality take us the distance in this series. We're going to Mirage.
This is exactly what we wanted. This is exactly what we needed. A third map in this series. There was a bit of fear somewhere in the middle of the map as we saw some fantastic rounds out of forZe on their CT side, but as it always should have been after a 13-2 half, Vitality managed to close it out. Some clutch individual moments, the same sort of players we saw back on Nuke stepping up in a big way, plus Apex, right? He had so much impact on that CT side, coming in with just new